It's really, really orangey with just that gorgeous inner corner pop. This is a really like dewy skinned, glowy moment. I really, really, really love this look a whole lot. So if you want to see how I did it, just keep watching. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This one's been my favorite for fall. It's just really good. I just love it. We're just going to take a bunch on my beauty blender and blend. Now that I look like a complete corpse, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Born This Way and get this under my eyes. Then we're gonna go in with my Fenty powder in the shade Lavender. This is so good for brightening under the eyes. This does have a fragrance to it if you don't like fragrance. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as something like the Huda powder, but can we just stop putting fragrance in everything? Thanks. I'm gonna stamp that in the under eyes. For eyebrows, I'm gonna go in with my favorite Dip Brow pomade from Anastasia. This is my favorite for brows. Now I'm gonna prime my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this, but it's been pretty good so far. It isn't really the right tone for my skin, but I still really like the effect it gives. It's just a really tacky base for the eyeshadow to grab onto. For my pumpkin spice look, I'm going to be dipping into my Soph Times Revolution Extra Spice palette. This is so, so, so good. It's really, really warm toned. You have these beautiful oranges up here, and then you even have some like bluey greens, but this silver is why I love this palette so much. I do not have a lot of silver shadows. I just feel like it's not something people make a lot of, but I love it so much. This is such a good palette. It's only $15. I think it's really one of the best affordable options out there. This is so, so, so good. I love it. I'm also testing out the Jeffree Star Morphe Round 2 collaboration of brushes. They seem really nice. I'm going to go in with a JS8 brush, and I'm going to take Vitamin C, which is that yellow shade. My sister, I tried out some yellow eyeshadow looks. Let me zoom you in. And she just thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to anyone. She just hated my yellow eyeshadow look. It was bad. I mean, to be fair, I don't look the best in yellow eyeshadow, but she was really mean about it. But I'm just using this as like as a transition kind of shade. It blends really gorgeously into these oranges. Whenever I'm doing actually like any kind of orangey look, I do like to lay down a yellow, which is why it's so perfect. This palette has a yellow in here. Then I'm going to go into the shade Running Late, which is this shade up here. It's just a bit, it's definitely orange, but it's not as orange as the other shade, which is called Sweet and Sour. And I'm just going to bring this into the crease on the same brush. It's kind of like a Cheeto look. Then I'm going to go into the shade Sweet and Sour, which is the very orangey shade in here, and press it more into the outer corner. and then bring it into the crease. Then I'm going to take Chocolate Orange, which is this shade, which is just a very warm toned brown. I'm going to take that on my brush and just kind of do the same thing I did with the orange, just kind of stamp it onto the outer edge. I feel like this is going to help it look a lot less, you know, Cheeto-y and more pumpkin-y. I'm just going in with small increments just so I can really deepen up that edge without it looking unnatural. Then I'm going to take a clean brush, this is JS5, and just go up around my brow bone and just blend this in. Then I'm going to take the JS12 and I'm going to take a bit of Chocolate Orange with a tiny bit of Sweet and Sour in there and go on the lower lash line. Just gotta make sure she doesn't feel left out of this situation. Connect the two edges right under there. My dogs are barking downstairs. I have no idea why. They, you know, bark at everything. Then I'm going to take a JS13 brush and I am going to dip into the shade Infinity, which is that gorgeous silver. This is my favorite color in this palette. Really get a lot of that on the brush. I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus and just spray right on the brush. I do this second instead of spraying the brush first and then going in, because sometimes you can get hard pan with that and I just hate that. So I'm going to go into the inner corner with that silver and just paint my inner corner. Look at how gorgeous that is. I love that. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So this is like definitely a pumpkin spice latte with glitter in it. Oh. It's so pretty and this is so pigmented for $15. I would honestly pay a lot more for this palette. I really, really love it. I'm going to go in with a clean brush again and just kind of blend in this transition between that bright silver and the oranges. Okay guys, now let's curl our lashes. This is a Shiseido eyelash curler. I really haven't liked doing liner lately. I just love to leave my lids kind of bare. Curled lashes. And then I'm going to go into the Eyelure Naturals. These are like a 3/4 length insert. Let that glue dry for a minute. More like 20 to 30 seconds. Really does make all the difference. Look how cute. These you can also barely feel, which is so nice. It's just a little bit more voluminous. You know, it's not like super noticeable, which I appreciate. Now I'm going to take a tiny, tiny hint of liner just to hide that lash band. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs mascara. This is a gorgeous mascara. And just really lightly blend in my natural lashes. with those lash inserts. Whew! Okay, our eyes are done. Hallelujah. That was kind of stressful. Now I'm going to go into my Charlotte Tilbury, what is this called? Bronze and Glow. I'm just going to take a fluffier brush because I'm not, you know, trying to contour incredibly hard here. And just add a little bit of depth to that hollow of the cheek. Do the same thing on that side. Go under the jaw so we have less chins than we did before. Okay, just a real quick, cute moment. Then I'm going to go in with this powder brush that I like to use for blush and go in with MAC Peaches. This is such a pretty blush. I like to focus it on this half of the cheek. Blush is going to be the first thing in your makeup routine to probably fade, so I do like to go heavier when I first put it on. Then we're going to take Cookie by Benefit. I've kind of been warming up to this highlight. The more I use it, the more I seem to like it. This is so pretty. I didn't like it at first. I really didn't. And now I'm kind of a little obsessed with it. I think it was kind of one of those highlighters you kind of need to get the like first layer off. And that's when it gets really buttery and creamy. This is so pretty. I love this. And then, thank God, our last step. I'm gonna go in with Dirty Peach by Kylie and line my lips. Okay, got the basics outlined. And then Dirty Peach. The staying power on these lips is incredible. Let me get my hair down and zoom you out. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I love this a lot. I'm definitely going to be rocking orange eyes more this season. I think it's really pretty, and the silver inner highlight is just gorgeous. I really recommend, if you haven't, trying out that Sof Revolution palette. It is so good for a fall look. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, if you liked this video, please thumbs up and subscribe. And please, as always, put in the comments section what you'd like to see next. Thanks. Bye!